Atma Namaste, everybody. Welcome to our second session on Hanuman Jayanti. So, today we are going to cover a very important topic. We had covered something about Hanumanji in the last session. Today we are going to cover about all the stotrams and Hanuman Chalisa, etc. What we should do, how we should follow him, how we should practice his teachings to get his energy, and also the comparison or the association of Hanumanji and Mahaguruji Mailing or Guru Padmasambhava. So let us start with a prayer. Okay. Let us
Put
start.
your hands together on your heart, raise them high above your head, and repeat after me. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you for your priceless blessings, for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, divine love, mercy, inner healing, physical healing. Thank you for the inner strength to practice regularly. Thank you for the divine help and protection, for illumination, for abundance and prosperity. Thank you. Lower your hands slightly. Silently say to Master Chua Koksui, Lord Bodhisattva Mailing, all the great ones, holy gurus, holy masters, holy angels, spiritual helpers, and to my higher soul, thank you all for your priceless blessings. Put your hands on the crown with gratitude. Take a deep breath. Put your hands on the asana with respect. Thank you. Put your hands on your heart with love. Thank you, in full faith.
Okay, so we start with the Panchamukhi Hanuman. What is the meaning and what does it represent? Now, you know that there is a Hanuman Yantra also. We are not covering that today, but in the Yantra, you have basically numerical representations which tunes into those energies and bring down those energies. Now, the Panchamukhi Hanuman it actually has 5 directions. His 5 heads are in 5 directions with a fold which is folded into like a grid. So the one that is facing the east, it's facing on the right side, the one on the right of Hanumanji, okay, towards his right, that is actually facing towards the east. It governs the right side of the grid. It brings Ishat Siddhi, which means fulfillment of desires and victory. That means what? We know that Hanumanji is a symbol of manifestation, right? So the right side is facing east. If anybody has done pranic feng shui, you know that the east is the side of growth, success, progress. So naturally, when you have a desire, when you have a wish, when it grows and it is successful, then it is happening because the energy is coming from the east, which is you are tuning in to the energy of Hanumanji on the east. Okay. Now on the south, Narsimha facing the bottom, the one which is facing the bottom is Narsimha. It governs the lower row. It removes fear and protection against evil eye or negative Shani density. So what happens is if those who have done, I'm sorry, those who have done the angel healing, you know that on the south stays Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael is for removing fear, insecurity, all negativities, right? So there is, you see, it all, in all religions, there is some common things because it is actually the truth revealed in different representations or in different symbols. So here on the south is Garuda, is Narsimha. And what does Narsimha do? He protects against all evil. Now, Shani density, we will talk about it a little later when we talk about Shani Dev. Okay. On the west is Garuda, facing the left of Hanumanji. Okay. He governs the left side. That means what? East was the right, this is the west. It acts as an anti-venom for toxic thoughts, negative relationships. So the West, if you know, the West represents what? The sun goes down in the West. So from light we go to darkness. That is what the direction of West represents. So what is he doing? He is removing negative relationships. Bring what? It brings darkness in your life. It brings depression. It brings sadness. Any negative thought, toxic thoughts, what does it bring? It brings sadness, it brings fear, it's all negative means lack of positive. Negative means lack of light. Lack of light means darkness. So Gadura removes darkness, removes toxic thoughts, removes negativities. Okay. In the north is Varaha facing the top, the one which is facing the top. So Varaha governs the top row. It brings Ashtalakshmi, prosperity, and removes repeated delays. So it accelerates your manifestation and it brings prosperity. Again, North, Kuber sits in the north, if you remember. In Vastu and Feng Shui also, the north direction is for prosperity, right? So Ashtalakshmi, I had been to Ahmedabad last August and I stayed in the Shivananda ashram over there. They have a huge temple with Ashtalakshmi. Maybe I will share the image with you so that you can get the energy of that place, of that Ashtalakshmi. That is one of the most popular Ashtalakshmi temple, in India. In the center is Mahalakshmi. Okay. And it has so much of energy. I mean, you can just feel it. And if you see clairvoyantly, that hall, that auditorium is filled with red prana. It is just amazing. And they make Mahalakshmi and all the other four Lakshmis to the right and four Lakshmis to the left, and it's written which Lakshmi is for what. They wear the same sari every day. The saris are changed, and they wear the same saris. It's amazing. And I had done some sessions over there for all the participants. So some of the, I think, Shivananda participants are here, so they would be knowing. So I did, a few sessions, one for the yogacharyas over there and also participants. And I did several. I was there for 6 days. Every day I was traveling from Ahmedabad to all areas around, and I was taking sessions. One session I took for all IAS officers. So it was an amazing service that, God gave me an opportunity. God and Guru gave me an opportunity to do. And the day I was coming back, it was a big surprise. They gifted me a sari which Mahalakshmi had worn. So that was a great blessing that I got. So anyway, why I got into that is because Ashtalakshmi is very powerful for prosperity. Now, now we know that Varaha, which is facing the top, governs prosperity, symbolizing Ashtalakshmi. The sky, Hayagriva, facing upward, governs the center of the grid. It provides the Vajra. Okay. And what does it bring? It brings knowledge to master Varaha mind. What is Varaha? The monkey mind that we have, jumping from one to the other, thinking of negative, thinking of positive, thinking of having stress, tension, worry, which is accelerating your blood pressure, which is, um, helping you processing diabetes, etc., etc., etc. So that takes control of that, the Vajra. It takes control of the Varaha mind. It takes control of all the negativities that we have in our life, giving us the knowledge and wisdom to do what is right. Okay. So now let's see what is the relation between Shani Dev and Hanuman. As per the legend says that Shani Dev, confident in his power of being, delays and destruction. Shanidev is the lord of karma. He is blind. He was the son of Son, son of Sun, Surya Dev. Okay, an illegitimate son. The other son was Budh, which is Mercury. Now Mercury was very very angry why Shani was also getting importance, so they did not approve his presence, and that is why he was deprived of the love of father. He was thrown away. His mother, who was basically like a maid in that kingdom, was thrown away. Both mother and son were thrown away from the kingdom, and he was blind. So all that grief, he then prayed and got the power. That there has been unjust, he people were I mean gods were unjust, unfair to him. So he was given a blessing that he would be the Lord of Karma, the Lord of Justice. So even though he is blind, but he can see what is right and what is wrong. The righteousness is very, very strong in him. So unbiased, he gives the judgment of karma's punishment or penalty or penalized, how one will be penalized. Those he decides without even seeing it is, just seeing the karma. So he is actually, I tell you, the fairest of all gods. He is actually the most just of all the gods. And that is why I am not scared, but I love him dearly, because that is what righteousness is. That is what we are aspiring to be. That is what we are trying and practicing every day. So if we are on the path of righteousness and we can become a minuscule of what Shanidev is, we will be the fairest of all. Okay. Now, maybe some pride had come into him because, he is the Lord of, he is the most powerful in a way to human beings, to the human kingdom. So, what happened was he challenged Lord Hanuman. Okay. He said, I am most powerful. I am the Lord of Karma. So he challenged. So he even tried to sit on Hanuman's shoulder to begin his period to influence Sade Sati. Okay, Sade Sati, that is 7.5 years, which comes the control of Shani, that that energy of Saturn comes into existence. So that is the time when the karma download happens. All your negative karmas are downloaded and you have to work it out, right? So when he did this, he sat on the shoulder and tried to bring Saraswati on Hanumanji. What happened in response? Hanuman expanded his body to a massive size and began to shrink his shoulders against heavy rocks and the roof of a cave. So what happens is expansion and contraction. It's expansion and contraction. What happened? Shanidev got trapped between Hanuman's Vajra, the diamond heart, that is the Gada, right? His Vajra body, and crushing rocks, was severely bruised. So this constant like earthquake happening, he was severely bruised. His ego was shattered by the physical pain. Hanuman only stopped when Shanidev begged for mercy and promised never to trouble those who worship Hanuman. Okay, so Hanuman actually won over not only for himself but all those who pray to him. That means what? The energy of devotion, which is represented by Hanuman, the energy of devotion, bhakti yoga, is so very powerful that it supersedes karma. If you have complete bhakti yoga, if you have complete devotion, if you have dedication, if you have Sharanagati, it will supersede your karmas. It will neutralize your karmas. Karma will not overpower you in your life. That is why every Tuesday we do Sharanagati practice. So constantly when we are doing it, every week, what happens? It becomes so much more powerful within and without, in our aura, outside our aura, in our chakras. There is the energy of Shanagati. There is the energy of devotion. There is the energy of dedication. So then what happens? The karmic energy, when there is a karma download, what happens? There is karmic energy that downpours from the universe. So that does not have any space enter into your existence, into your system. So naturally it does not have much power to influence you. This is the scientific analysis, or as per quantum physics. Okay, so that is why following, now we don't have to literally chant Hanuman Chalisa every day, but if you do, of course it is an added thing. It's an added thing because we are anyway doing Sharnagati every Tuesday, and every Monday to Friday when we are doing the morning sadhana, we are also in that doing the Sharnagati prayer, right? But of course it is an addition. So yeah, so, to soothe Shani's wounds, Hanuman applied mustard oil, which instantly cooled the burning pain. That is why, till this date, what we do, we offer oil to Shanidev to acknowledge the softening of his harsh lessons. So, when we are offering that mustard oil, what is happening? It is soothing his pain, his suffering, his bruises. So naturally when you are healing him in a way, obviously he becomes compassionate to you. That is why it is said every Saturday, take some mustard oil, offer it to Shani Dev in the temple. Okay, now you know the actual meaning why we offer and what is the. Okay, now there are alignments of Tuesdays and Saturdays. What is the significance? Tuesdays are called Mangalwar, which is the day of vitality and victory. The purpose is what? Boosting your willpower, physical stamina, and overcoming external competition or internal enemies like procrastination, depression, anxiety, low self esteem, whatever your inner demons are, which prevent you to boost your existence, your manifestation, your willpower. Those things will be taken care of on Tuesdays. So, what is the ritual? Usually in Sanatan Dharma, we offer orange colored sindoor in the mixed with some oil, jasmine oil, or some red flowers in the Hanuman temple. Now, what is the science? The red spectrum has high energy vibration. We know red prana, what is it for? Okay, we know what it is for. So, when you are offering that, obviously you are offering manifestation energy to Hanumanji. And what do you get back? Many times you get manifestation energy. Using Sindoor acts as a trigger for your solar plexus chakra. igniting the inner warrior. The orange is what? Fire. All the sadhus, sant, they wear orange color. Why? It represents the orange flames of fire which burns out all negatives. So the orange sindoor, it triggers your solar plexus. We know that all our negative emotions are stored, positive, but are stored in our solar plexus chakra. So when we are using that, it activates our solar plexus in expelling all the negative, energies, habits, bad habits, all our vices, and it ignites the fire within us, the inner warrior that yes, I'm going to achieve it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to fulfill my goal. That is what comes from that. Okay. Now on Saturday, what happens? The day of karmic lubrication, because Saturday depends, or it stands for Shani Dev, Saturn. So that is the day of karma, right? The purpose is to soften the hardness of life, removing Shani related delays and easing physical or mental stiffness. Now, what happens is the energy of Saturn is basically, it is, it's very slow. The movement is very, very slow. Gradually, little by little by little, you gain what you're gaining. So the process is very, very slow. Number one. Number two, the energy of Saturn brings mental, what should I say, ailments. It aggravates depression, it aggravates anxiety, it aggravates, if you have any ailment, mental ailment, it will aggravate that. That rules over these, or that activates all our mental issues. Okay. So when we are doing that, mentally we will be healthy. It will remove all those mental illnesses, obstacles, or those sufferings, or those stiffnesses. The ritual is to offer mustard oil at the feet of the deity. What is the logic? This is the day, this is the debt of mercy. Now, debt of mercy is, he was asking for mercy. Satan was asking for mercy. So when you are offering, in a way, you are helping, or you are giving mercy to the deity. I mean, this is an universal process of transferring that energy. You understand, you are giving the energy of mercy. We will give mercy, but we are transferring the energy of mercy through mustard oil, which is a physical product which soothes and heals him. So when we are doing this, what are we entitled to receive? We are entitled to receiving mercy from him. So he forgives us and our karmas, and our karmas are reduced. Okay. Okay. So you are putting him in debt because you are showing mercy. He is indebted to give us back, or give you back the mercy in forgiving your karmas. You're using the oil as a symbolic and energetic lubricant to slide through your karmic obstacles rather than grinding against them. So instead of suffering, you are, he is releasing those karmas. Okay. Next. Now let's see how Hanuman Chalisa and the Stotram was constructed or written, how it was composed. The origin of Hanuman Chalisa is a testament to the power of unwavering faith under extreme pressure. What happened? Historically, it is said that the great emperor Akbar summoned the saint Tulsidas to his royal court. When Tulsidas ji declined the invitation, he declined, he didn't go. Many times he was called. He was forcibly captured and brought before the emperor. Akbar, having heard rumors of the saint's spiritual powers, challenged him. I have heard you have the power to bring the dead back to life. Show us a miracle right now. Tulsidas ji replied with deep humility. I do not possess any miracles. I simply chant the name of Lord Rama. And it is his name alone that miracles occur. We again coming back same to Sharanagati, devotion, dedication. Lord Rama, that is Lord Padmasambhava, Mahaguruji willing. So Tulsidas also got all his powers from Guru Padmasambhava in his manifestation as Rama. Infuriated by this response, Akbar ordered Tulsidas to be imprisoned. It was within the confines of the prison cell that Tulsidas ji began composing the Hanuman Chalisa. He wrote one chopa, which is one verse, every day. On the 40th day, as the Chalisa reached its completion, a phenomenon occurred. When he completed, then what happened? Thousands of monkeys suddenly descended upon Fatehpur Sikri, causing chaos throughout the royal grounds. Seeing the city in turmoil, Akbar's advisors pleaded with him to release the saints. Recognizing the divine intervention, the moment Akbar ordered the liberation of Tulsidas ji, the monkeys peacefully retreated. Okay, so the 40-day neural rewriting in modern psychology and neuroscience, what does it say? 40 days is often cited as the time frame required to break all old neural patterns and establish a new state of being. So, rewiring of our brain, if we have to do, we have to at least chant everything, whatever, whichever mantra you are chanting, 40 days. Because psychologically, scientifically, it has been seen that when it reaches 40 days, it generates that power to transform patterns, old negative patterns, break down obstacles, or renew something, from old to new. So 40 days is a very, very important thing. If you notice, when a baby is born, the mother, earlier it used to happen, they used to be kept in a separate room for 40 days. They would say she needs 40 days to recover. So 40 days, no heavy work, nothing. There is a reason in Sanatan Dharma. Everything that is said, there is a reason for it, a scientific reason for it. Okay. So I know, when I was studying tourism, we had these best of teachers, I mean, professors and PhDs. The ministry used to get the best from India, whoever was the best for each topic, for each theme, for each subject, and he used to come and teach us. So one of the teachers who had come to teach us about Madhya Pradesh, he was focusing on the state of Madhya Pradesh. He said there is a tribe in Madhya Pradesh deep inside the forest. What they do is they will, suppose there is a lady, she is supposed to get married. So the suitors would dive into the river, and from the land, there would be these warriors who would shoot arrows. Whoever would die, it would be assumed that he is not eligible. Whoever would survive that, he would be allowed to be with the lady. What they would do, they would shut the couple in a room or in a cottage for 40 days. They would supply water, drinks, food for 40 days. After 40 days, when they would come out, if the woman would say, yes, I can live with him for the rest of my life, then he would become the husband of the lady, of the woman. These are real, these are true. We have these in our country, but it has come from something. So if you can tolerate something for 40 days, that means it is for you. You can be the rest of your life, you can be with it. So let me tell you in this regard, this is an example I will tell you that suppose, you are not liking something and you're trying to adjust, whatever it is. It could be a situation, it could be a, event, it could be anything. Wait for 40 days and see. If you see that 40 days, okay, suppose, for example, that you are supposed to get married and your parents have got a good boy for you, which they say would be really good for you, but you don't like much. You don't like him much. Maybe you are biased. You don't realize it, but maybe you say, "Oh, I don't like his, voice, or I don't like his looks, or he's not fair." I would say wait for 40 days. If after 40 days you have the same feeling that you don't like him, just reject. If you feel you can, go ahead, because that will be the most suitable thing in your life, the best thing in your life. Whether it is with food, whether it is with clothes, whether it is with anything in life, try it out for 40 days. If you can tolerate it, it is the best suited for you. Okay. So, by composing one verse daily, Tulsidas ji was performing a long term potential LTP, it is called, on his own devotion. He was writing, he was expressing, he was getting connected to these energies. So every day, one verse, it was penetrating within him, right? Creating a protective biofield so strong that it manifested in the physical world. That entire verse, of 40 verses became a manifestation of physical protection, of strength, of power, of manifestation. So now when we chant or when we read, that energy of Tulsidas ji is still there. We are tuning into Hanumanji, but we are also getting that powerful energy of the creator. Here the creator is Tulsidas ji, right? So the pressure as a catalyst, let's see what it says. Just as a diamond formed under pressure, the Hanuman Chalisa was birthed, it was given birth in the state of confinement, pressure, so much of pressure, right? And that diamond came out of it, out of that pressure. The diamond, which is the Hanuman Chalisa, actually was out from his inner self. This teaches us that when the external world, that is the prison, is hard, the internal mind must become soft and focused on a higher frequency to transcend the situation. So, to go beyond the situation, if externally you're facing a lot of problems, challenges, financial problems, mental issues, all those issues, know that your internal mind will become so strong, so powerful, that it will transcend, it will go beyond all obstacles, and it will be able to withstand anything that comes on your way. So it is building you up, it's building the diamond within you, it's polishing from coal, it is shaping up that diamond within you. What is the collective consciousness in this? The appearance of the monkeys can be viewed as the Mahat, or the great consciousness, responding to the specific vibrational call. So when the vibrations, it radiated, what happened? Higher consciousness, higher soul responded. When the incarnated soul was crying with its energies, coming out with beautiful, creations, but there was pain, there was suffering of that confinement. Then what happened? The higher soul responded and protected in the form of monkeys over here. So consciousness responding to a specific vibrational call. When your internal sound therapy, or the mantra, that is, the mantra is the sound therapy, reaches a point of absolute power, when you commit to the daily chanting of Hanuman Chalisa, what happens? You are not just performing a ritual, you are engaging in neuro-linguistic programming. Your nervous system is reprogramming itself. It is a vibrational medicine. The cortisol reset, that is stress management, starts happening. You are de-stressed, those get released. Daily chanting creates a rhythmic breathing pattern that acts as a physical hack. It hacks, it actually, like your phone is hacked, your computer is hacked, it hacks all those negative emotions and energies. For in your nervous system, all those negativities are hacked by the breathing pattern that happens due to rhythmic chanting. Okay, what is the science behind it? This rhythmic breathing, approximately it is about 6 breaths per minute, signals your brain to inhibit the cortisol and adrenaline, which is causing the suffering, stress, worry, fear, anxiety. Okay, what is the benefit? It transforms a hard, anxious mind to a soft, resilient one. You again, what you gain? You gain the biological ability to remain calm in the middle of a storm, just like Tulsidas in his cell. What happens to the cells now? Cellular oxygenation and pranic flow. As the Vayuputra, see, he is Vayuputra. Vayuputra is what? Prana. We know air is one of the source of prana. So Hanuman is the source of prana, life force energy, right? So the son of wind, Hanuman, represents the mastery of air, which is the mastery of prana. The 40 verses require controlled deep exhalation. When you do it in a rhythmic way, automatically your breath, it happens in the rhythmic, in the proper way. If you give breaks in between, then it will not. But the entire Chalisa, if you rhythmically read it, automatically your breath will take, the form in which all the 40 verses will have deep exhalation, which will exhale all those negative, toxic energies and emotions. Okay. So the science is uh, it increases nitric oxide in the nasal passages and improves oxygen saturation in your blood. So there is more oxygen in your blood. So when there is more oxygen, what is there in oxygen? There is prana. So there is the presence of Hanuman energy in the blood. It is flowing all over your body. It is circulating, it is activating your brains, your organs, thing, right? So it charges your cellular mitochondria, leading to higher physical stamina and a natural boost in energy levels that lasts throughout the day. It is basically, it's an internal gym. Hanuman Chalisa, when you read, it's like it's like you are doing gym work internally, not physically, but mentally, emotionally, ethically. Okay, so your internal muscles, the muscles of your emotions, the muscles of your mental body, it starts becoming stronger and powerful. So the kavach, what is the kavach? Biomagnetic shielding. That is what it is. By chanting daily, you are strengthening your auric fields, your body's electromagnetic field. The science, what is the science? The sound travels through the bone marrow and lymphatic system. High frequency chanting stimulates the thymus gland, where your immune cells are trained. So your immunity starts developing stronger. This creates a frequency shield around you. Negative environments or toxic thoughts find it harder to penetrate your mental space. You become frequency stressor. So you do not stress. You frequently that you were stressed, it rather becomes frequency taker. You become a taker. You don't, it does not, you are a frequency setter rather than taker. So you set your frequency. You don't take frequencies. You don't take stress frequency. You don't take, aggression frequency. You are then set it. You set it yourself. I'm not going to be aggressive. I'm not going to be stressed. I'm not going to have fear. Okay. The alignment of the power centers, that is the chakras, the daily vibration clears the static form from your energy centers. So all the static energies, the stuck up energies, they get released because this energy is so powerful, so forceful, flushes out all those energies. Okay. And we know that orange prana is for expelling. See how it is connected. And Hanumanji's main prana is orange prana, right? The daily vibration clears the okay. The solar plexus ignites your inner fire to overcome fear and procrastination. The heart chakra reduces the emotional hardness and fosters deep empathy and devotion. People who are very rigid, they are not compassionate, they are not helpful, they are very stingy, they are very, very rigid, they are very stern. So when they are chanting this regularly, what happens? Those energies are, it flows out like a river from their heart chakra, and gradually empathy, devotion, love, compassion settles down in their heart chakra. In the ajna, what happens? It thins the veil of the ego. So the ego starts disappearing. You become one with God, one with Guru, and one with all. Then the separation that I and everybody else is separate, it disappears. And when you can become one with all, only then you can become one with Guru, and only then you will become one with God. We cannot be one with Guru or one with God. We are not one with all. Okay. So as long as we think that I have done this, I have contributed, I have earned, it is my house, it is my this thing. Till the time you have I and my, you are separating yourself from the entire world. Whether it is your family, your children, your spouse, your relatives, your friends, you are separate, they are separate. You are also separating yourself from your Guru and from God. Nobody will have mercy on you. So when we can become one with all and feel that oneness, automatically Guru and God will accept us, and we can merge with Guru, we can merge with God. Okay. So that is what happens. The intuitive and the diagnostic abilities increase, your wisdom increase, and you realize, yes, I have to be one with all. I am one with all. You automatically feel it. So your intuitive powers also increase. Now the Stotram. Now Hanuman Stotram, you can later, you can find out from the internet what happens. Let's understand the meaning and significance of it. What are the benefits of both the Hanuman Stotram as well as the Hanuman Chalisa? In our scientific spiritual framework, if the Hanuman Chalisa is the healing balm, and the Maruti Stotram is the pranic battery. It recharges the prana, right? So when you're chanting the Maruti Stotram, it recharges the prana, which will be used as a healing balm to your soul. The physical and biological benefits, what are those? The sonic persuasion and bone marrow stimulation, a physical vibration that is powerful enough to travel through the soft tissues and resonate within the bone marrow. That is what happens. It actually resonates and it travels through all your tissues, and it resonates in your bone marrow. The benefit is scientific research suggests that mechanical vibrations can stimulate the production of message. My pronunciation, I'm not very sure because these are medical terms. So mesenterial stem cells. Okay. By chanting these specific sounds of the stotra, what happens? You are potentially signaling your body to increase white blood cells efficiency, thereby fortifying. You are making a fort around your immune system against all pathogens and chronic internal stress. It becomes an immune system for your internal as well as actually the external diseases also. Okay. The respiratory expansion and lung capacity. The meter that rhythms requires sustained breath control. So when you're rhythmically chanting, it requires, you are controlling your breath unconsciously. You're taking breath, chanting 2 words, 3 words, again you're breathing out. So it becomes a pattern, especially during descriptions of Hanuman's flight. You know that verse when you read about the flight of Hanuman, especially that controls your breath in a very heavy way and brings that energy. It expands the chest cavity and strengthens the intercostal muscles. It physically opens the heart chakra, increasing the volume of the lungs. This is the physical seat of Hanuman's strength. What happens when Hanuman opens the Anahata or the heart chakra? You see Rama and Sita inside, right? So the power comes from the heart chakra. When you have planted the seeds of devotion, Sharnagati there. So when you are doing this, in a way, through him, you are reaching out to Rama also. When you're chanting these, basically it's reaching out to Rama, because even Tulsidas was the disciple of Rama. Rama was everything in his life. And this seed thought that came into his mind of writing the Hanuman Chalisa was given by whom? It was given by Rama. So it is a fruit given by Rama. Okay. So this is the physical seat of Hanuman's strength. More oxygen means more fuel for your cellular furnace, right? Okay, now the energetic and chakra benefits. What happens? The solar plexus, what happens in the solar plexus? The Rudra frequency is highly thermogenic. It creates heat. So when it creates heat, what does fire do? Either fire burns, or when you have fire, that means what? You have so much of passion. Yes, I have to do it. Yes, let me go and do it. You are in action, right? So the vibrations then, what happens from the solar plexus, like fire, it ignites and goes into the navel chakra. When it goes into the navel chakra, what happens? What is there in the navel chakra? We have the chi in the navel chakra. That is what gives us the power to do everything. So this ignites the inner fire or the Agni. It builds physical stamina, improves digestive power, and psychologically provides the gut instinct. Gut instinct is given by navel chakra, right? And the courage needed to face difficult situations. Courage comes from solar plexus. We know that. Now, if you study Ayurveda, I was thinking I will take a session on Ayurveda. If you study Ayurveda, you will know if you have enough fire in your digestive system, the fire element, it digests very fast. Okay, you will not have digestive problems. Okay, so neurotransmission speed. What happens in Shloka 10? It is said that Hanuman's speed leaves the mind behind Manasita. Okay, the science is high frequency chanting. When you are chanting in a high frequency, it improves the neural plasticity. You will see the sadhus or in the Hanuman temple when they are chanting, they chant very fast. We can't chant so fast, but they chant in a rhythm and very fast. It trains the nervous system to process signals faster. So, you know, uh, mm, for example, I just remember this those who do Tai Chi or Taekwondo or maybe even karate. what happens? Their chi in the navel is very, very powerful. And I know some of these, masters who are into all this, though they are not Sanatanis, though they are not Indians, but they do the Hanuman Chalisa. They actually chant the Hanuman Chalisa. I had shared one Hanuman Chalisa. The foreigners are chanting in English. You must have gone through that video that I sent, I think yesterday or day after. So while I was doing all research and studying about it, then I came across it. So your nervous system becomes so powerful, so sensitive. The signals are so fast that even before somebody attacks you, physically, mentally, emotionally, you just get to know your gut feelings, your instinct tells you there is danger, this is coming, and you know how to protect yourself. Okay. So it reduces mental lag. The lag time, mental lag time is reduced. So the laziness, the procrastination, these all gets reduced. That gap between knowing what to do and actually doing it is reduced. I'll give you an example. The first time I did intensive Aratic practice in the ashram, we used to have 1 year intensive programs and we used to have 1 month intensive programs also. So we were a healthy group of, I think, quite a big number we had, about, I think, around 35 or 40 of us. So in the afternoons, we used to have healing each other. Okay, so initially we started healing each other one to one. And then there was one of the practitioners, she heads pranic healing in Spain. So she gave us an idea. Let us do something. Let us sit in a big circle in the midst of the lawn in front of the pyramid classroom. In front of that, let's sit in a big circle and let us call one by one. That person will come and sit in the center, and we will all give healing to that person. So it was a beautiful technique because each of them were receiving the healing of so many. So she was just openly saying who would like to come next, who would like to come next. So we started with one person. The second time when she said who would like to come next, I just got up and I went. And then there were three more coming after me. She said, Mondrita's instincts are very, very powerful. Her navel chakra is very active. See, within span, before even I said, she knew that I was calling and she was already there. So actually, I got reminded of this. So your instincts will be very, very, powerful. And it happens with me. Before any danger, before anything, not only danger, anything, I just get to know. So when you are developing this, when your chi is powerful, when you're doing, even with this Stotram and with the Hanuman Chalisa, it will help from solar plexus. It will be transmitted to creating the chi in the navel chakra. Okay. So it builds a sharp, decisive, and electrified mind. This reminds me, whenever there is a crisis, this is my observation, whenever there is a traumatic or a very big crisis, even to the extent when my husband died and I saw him dying in front of me, my mind becomes very, very calm and still. Other times I may be, a little agitated with small, small irritations and all. But when there is a major crisis, I become very calm, very peaceful, and my decision, I just become, I can see clearly what is to be done. Very calmly, I take decisions, and I have observed that I take just the right decisions. So now, while I'm, doing this session, I realize maybe, this thing is developing. So it can develop in everyone. You just have to be aware. And all the time constantly I'm saying, Sharanagati, devotion, build it, build it, build it, and nothing will be. Okay, what happens to the subconscious? This is the psychological and the healing benefits. The Rudra frequency is a destructive frequency, not for the soul, but for stagnant energy. So all stagnant energies are broken, disintegrated, dissolved, and transmuted. What is the science? Just as an ultrasound can break a kidney stone, the specific frequency of Maruti Stotra breaks the mental stones of lethargy, procrastination, deep seated fears, etc. It clears subconscious blockages, leaving you feeling light, motivated, and driven by higher purposes. So naturally, when the lower emotions are cleared off, flushed out, then you can reach out to higher emotions, higher purpose. The lower purpose is gone. The destructive purpose is gone. I'm going to take revenge. I'm going to, give her back. Those are broken, disintegrated. Then you have higher purposes of creativity, of productivity, of divine plan, right? Ridha Deho, the cellular confidence. What happens? As mentioned in the 16th shloka, the result of 16 repetitions corresponding to the 16 phases of the moon. What happens in the moon? Why we do the full moon and new moon? Let me tell you the secret. I remember I started doing the full moon and new moon meditation more than 21 years back, when my mentor actually used to do it and I used to do with her, with the entire group. Nobody in the pranic healing school would do except for her and this group. Nobody knew about new moon and full moon meditation. Now, I started researching and knowing about it. So, what happens is one phase is cleansing. Those 16 phases of moon is cleansing all your energies from, suppose, from full moon to new moon. New moon to full moon, it is energizing, it is building your new emotions, it's building, regenerating, it's rewiring, it is reconstructing. So during the phase of, cleansing, you should release all that is negative. And during the time it is energizing, you should constantly think of what to gain and what to build in yourself. So the same thing is happening when you're doing the 16th shloka. It is breaking down and it is energizing. By repeating the high frequency vibration, you are rewriting your cellular memory. Every cell of our body stores the memory of all our trauma, stress, happiness, everything. One cell lives for 7 years. Every 7 years, our cells are, regenerated. They die and new cells take birth. Now, that is why in our body, all the time there is a destruction of a cell and a generation of a new cell. So somewhere or the other, there is new cells coming up and old cells wearing off. So what happens before the old cell dies? It transmits the energy or the information to the new cell. So if there is trauma energy, it will be transmitted to the new cell also. That is why in the cellular memory, we remember what happened in our childhood, what were our traumas. So when we are doing cellular healing, in that we remove those cellular memories. So the stotram by itself is like a, cellular healing. Your body moves out of a victim state to a warrior state. You become nishandeho, that is free from doubt. Koi sandeh nahi. Allowing your healing energy to flow without being blocked by your mental insecurity. Now, what is the Gada and the Vajra of Mahaguruji mailing? What is the combination? What is the similarity? Let's see. The Vajra shield, even Gada is also called as a Vajra. The Vajra shield in Hanuman. Now we are talking about the Hanuman Vajra shield. Regular recitation creates a biomagnetic kavach or a shield around your nervous system. This prevents external toxicity. Negative people, it prevents negative people or environments from entering your personal space. That shield does not allow anything to come in, anything negative to come in. So the Vajrang Van, which is the Vajram Astra, which is the Gada or the diamond arrow, what it does, it is a precision strike. So why does he have it? He uses that to ward off evil. So when you are doing the chantings, it creates that power of that Vajra or that Gada. It is used when obstacles become hard and stubborn, like an iron wall that refuses to move. Then he uses the wall, the Gada to that Vajra to break that wall, to break the rocks, right? To break what is very, very powerful, strong, hard. Same thing happens. Hanumanji is said to control the planets and their malefic influences, especially of the natural malefics like Mars and Saturn. Mars is Mangal and Saturn. So both are taken. What does Mars do? The energies of Mars is to create obstacles. You know, when you are driving down on a road, the speed breaker that is there, the speed breaker has the energy of Mars. It breaks your speed, it resists you while you are driving. That has the Mars energy. Saturn, of course, I've already spoken about it. So anything that is creating obstacle has the Mars energy. So both these are stubborn energies which is taken care of by Hanumanji's Vajra. And that Vajra creates a shield when we are doing these chantings. There, there has been several instances of clients all over the world who benefited by reciting the Vajrang Van, especially on Tuesdays. Okay, Tuesdays for Mars and on Saturdays for Shani. Now let's come to Vajra Guru, Mahaguruji mailing. The word Vajra means thunderbolt and diamond. Like a diamond, it is indestructible like lightning. It cuts through everything instantly. So I use a Vajra, Mahaguruji's Vajra, same kind of Vajra. I use it for my healings. It You have to know the technique. Don't just use it anyhow. Huh? It has a special technique to use it. It just cuts through all the very, very stubborn energies, very, very deep rooted diseases. It's so powerful. Master used to use it, and Master Co uses it. So, the indestructible nature of truth, the unchanging, indestructible nature of ultimate truth. What happens? We have calcified ideas, negative thoughts, delusion, all those are broken down. The state beyond birth and death, that is the truth. Everything, we are beyond death and birth, but we get stuck seeing ourselves, oh, I am born, oh, I have to die. So it takes you beyond that absolute clarity that cannot be destroyed by ignorance. We are ignorant. That is why we believe in birth and death. One who has clarity with Vajra, his all his illusions, his delusions are broken. He knows that we are permanent. The soul is permanent. Birth and death is just a temporary thing. So he does not get perturbed by that. The union of wisdom and method. The wisdom, understanding, and empathy. If you have wisdom, you will be understanding towards everyone, you will be empathetic towards everyone. What method will you use? You will use compassionate action. This is done by the Vajra of Mahaguruji Mailing. Power to destroy ignorance. It breaks ego, illusion, inner darkness. It cuts through doubt and confusion instantly, awakens higher awareness because your ignorance is broken down. So you become aware, you become awakened. Next, spiritual authority and mastery. It brings spiritual authority and mastery. So negative forces and obstacles are removed. Inner demons like fear, anger, attachment are broken down. External obstacles to spiritual growth are disintegrated and dissolved. Stability of the awakened mind. When your mind is awakened, it will not shiver. It will not, it will not have a monkey mind. Today you think this is right, tomorrow you think no, that is right. Today you think I want to do this, tomorrow you think no, I don't, I want to do that. There is no balance. So the Vajra energy brings balance, perfect balance, unshakable stillness within movement. Your mind is moving. Why? Truth is dynamic. Every day you discover a higher level of truth. Today, a child knows that I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. That is what parents have taught. When the child becomes 10 years old, the parents say, okay, you can talk to strangers, but you come and tell us with whom you are. As long as we know, it is okay. Then when he becomes adult, he knows I can talk to strangers without any without informing my parents. So there is a level of truth which is constantly changing. So there is constant movement happening in our consciousness, but even in that movement of knowing new and more, there is unshakable stillness in the mind, the centered mind that remains unchanged in all situations. No matter what situations happen, no matter what crisis happens, you are centered, you are within, connected to your soul. The soul knows everything, and the soul guides you what to do. You are not shivered or shaken by those situations. What is the inner meaning? The indestructible awareness within you. That awareness nobody can destroy. The pure consciousness is there, so it is never harmed. That purity, nobody can make it impure. Think about when you go to a movie theater, you see the white big screen. So the projector projects so many movies on that. It may project romance, it may project comedy, it may project violence, it may project crime. No matter what it is projecting, the screen is always white. Our mind should be like that. No matter what life projects towards us, it could be, stress, tension, worry, anxiety, whatever it is, no matter what, still we have the inner purity. Nobody can shake our purity. Nobody can shake our stillness. Nobody can shake the centered integrity of the soul. The inner guru principle. What is the inner guru principle? You have your guru in your heart and soul and in your mind all the time. When your guru means what? Your guide. When your guide is within you, nobody can create any turbulence in your life. No matter what situations you face, no matter what karmas you're working out, no matter what you are facing. I remember there was one senior student of master. When I came into the school, she was like already a trainer then. So one day, I was sitting with her. She was teaching some students about some techniques and all. And I told her, why don't you scan mine also? She said, no, no. I said, please do so. She scanned and she told me, Monrita, you have gone through lots of ups and downs, lots of karma cleansing, lots of, things which had inflicted harm on you. But inwardly, you are contented, you are peaceful. I said, yes, you are right. I was quite surprised because I was new to the school that time. She said, there is no contentment is there, no matter what. So that is what the state of mind we have to go in. And then we are practicing mastery. Okay. We have come to the end almost. Okay. So the Vajra Prana meditation, there is a Vajra Prana. The method is given. Sit comfortably ensure your spine is straight. We do all these. So just and think about the Gada or the Vajra of the Guru. Rest your hands on your knees. No mudra, okay? Facing the sky. Close your eyes. We begin with a Sankat Mochan breath. Clear your internal channels of karmic dust. That is what you are going to intend. The sankalp that you will take, that I am going to channelize and throw out and release all my karmic dust. Inhale deeply through the nose for a count of 4. As you breathe in, you imagine you are dreaming of the Vayu, of the prana, the universal prana. Hold the breath for a count of 4. Feel the air, feel the prana pressurizing into your system, pushing against the internal stiffness and blockages. It's flushing out. Now exhale forcefully. When you're exhaling, you are exhaling forcefully through your mouth with a sharp sound. When we do the rapid turtle breathing, that is what we are doing. As you breathe out, see your stress, your the Shani delays. Shani always delays everything, right? As I said, he's very slow. He delays everything. So you are removing those delays. You're throwing out those delays and the heavy burdens, leaving you leaving them like a dark smoke. Do it 5 times. Feel your chest expanding, making room for the master of life force. Actually, we Aratik Yogi practitioners, we do not need to do this. When we are doing our all our breathing exercises, we are covering all of this. So if you do the breathing exercises every day, all the three, the balancing breathing, the turtle breathing, rapid turtle breathing, and the bellow breathing, all these three when we are doing, we are actually getting huge amount of Rama prana, not even Hanuman. We are going beyond it and we are getting Rama prana. Okay. So these are the 12 names of Hanuman, which I will share with you, which you can, write it in a piece of paper and you can keep it in your purse. You may chant these 12 names every day once, and it will cover up all, even if you can't do the Chalisa or the Stotram every day, you can just read out these 12 names. And once you memorize it, you just chant it once every day, and it will create the divine shield for you. Okay. So the Hanuman Chalisa, this I have shared with you. From this slide, I have shared with you. You can go through. So each line, the meaning is given. And it's very easy. So I don't need to explain anything. This I've already shared with you. And that's about the Hanuman's, the Stotram and the Chalisa and the Vajra and the two Vajras. Okay. And of course, the connection between Padmasambhava, Guru Padmasambhava and Hanuman, last day we have covered it already. So I'm not repeating that anymore. All right. So let's finish with a closing prayer. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, Guru Master Chokoksui, Mahaguruji Mailing, all the great, great ones, Holy Gurus, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels, spiritual helpers, all invisible helpers, Buddha Konen, Buddha Shakyamuni, all the Bodhisattvas, all the beings of light, our divine self, our higher soul, all our ancestors, Kuldevta, Nagdevta, all the Lord Savitur, all the planetary lords, including the shadow planets of Rahu and Ketu. We gratefully express our deep, deep gratitude to all of you for your divine blessings, divine help, divine healing, divine grace, divine guidance, divine protection. Thank you for showering these high level knowledge with us in every session. May we all comprehend all of this, absorb, assimilate, and utilize it in our life for the growth of our soul to maneuver life smoothly, easily, effectively. Thank you, Lord God, for neutralizing all our past negative karmas from all levels through time and space. Thank you for dissolving all our negative patterns and blessing us with a completely healed, wholesome, manifested life. Thank you in full faith. So be it, so be it, so it is. Om. Amen. Amin. Tathastha. So, thank you very much for your presence and for your participation. So, next Thursday, we will do another new topic. Thank you. Atma Namaste.